is when you have this vision that you're being called to bring to life, there's a tendency to want to have all the answers. And there's nothing wrong with that. I get it on the surface, especially because you want to make sure that you execute. Now, the challenge is, though, is when you don't have all the answers, you find yourself feeling frustrated with the process. You find yourself being discouraged because maybe you don't know all the details that you need to know in the beginning. But I'm gonna share this quick framework that I utilize, and it's something that helped me, essentially bring myself back down to earth. Because I just find myself getting so frustrated with the process of bringing a vision to life, and I realize that I don't have to have all the answers, but I can utilize a simple framework. So imagine that you are essentially standing on a cliff, right? Can you see that? We can see that. All right, and then on the other end is essentially your goal or your destination that you're looking to build, or your business that you're looking to bring to life. And so the challenge is many people want to start here and they start with the end in mind, right? Now I understand that concept on a fundamental level, but where people go wrong is they feel like they have to have every single thing mapped out from A to Z. And so what stops many people essentially from bringing their business to life, or bringing whatever project or investment to life, is they don't have all the answers, or they over plan and then they actually never get started. And then, or by the time they actually get started, it's too late, right? The opportunity that they were, being presented with has already come and gone, right? So what you have to do from a framework standpoint is understand that you cannot build a bridge from starting from the end. You have to start where you are in this moment. So if you're building any project or business, essentially what you're going to do is start with the next step. So your first step can be anything from, all right, I need to go do business cards, formation, I need to go validate the product or service, make sure people actually want it. It can be anything from making a connection. That is your first step. You do your first step, your product market validation, and then you move to the next step, right? This can be anything from actually bringing the building a website, doing anything, right? You're going one step to two steps to three steps, right? Again, you don't want to get frustrated with the process, and then you just keep building. Then you build your pillar in the middle, and you keep building until eventually you have your bridge, right? You're on the other side, you have a solid bridge. And the aha click for me was when I was driving one day, and I noticed that they were building a bridge. Now you can have your blueprint laid out now, but they still have to start from where they stand. You cannot start from the end. So it's the same concept. When you have this vision that you're looking to bring to life, it gets frustrating because you want to know every single step. You want to know what's around the corner. That way you don't misstep. But that what you're doing is you're building anxiety, right? You're building frustration. You're allowing these things to build as opposed to just going with the flow, going with the process. And so what you're building, start with the next best step. Don't overthink it. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just start with the next best step. And then eventually you'll have your full bridge. So today's message.